My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire Downfall. We're here again with the Awoken one. Up on Ascension 2, the highest I have unlocked for them so far, so leads spawn more often and normal enemies are deadlier. Use all souls for a rare card is always pretty tempting to me. Yeah. Awaken Form. 3 energy to cast Awaken Form. Gain 1 curiosity and 1 ritual. Curiosity says whenever you play a power, gain 1 strength, and ritual is just gain strength at the end of your turn. Upgraded, it gives you the ability to also awaken immediately and gain 2 ritual instead. Maybe. Then there's Rebirth. When you would die or at the end of combat, remove all debuffs, awaken, and heal 8 HP instead. Upgrades to 11. And finally, Sludge Bomb. Requires and erases an exhausted void. Deal 12 damage twice. I mean, I think I'm supposed to take Awaken Form here, but I really want to take Sludge Bomb. Alright, we'll take the Awaken Form. It'll be good, it'll be good. I just really want to do a big void deck. Okay, where do we end up going here? 2 elites, 3 rests maximum? Alright. We can cut across there. Yeah, I think it's probably still worth my while to do this. Ceremony gives us 1 strength, and then we also get another strength from the Curiosity, giving us enough damage to kill Acid Slime in a single strike, and then Cryostasis most of the remaining defense. And getting out of this with only losing 3 HP is probably about the best we could expect. Clarion Call, when next time you are drained, gain energy. I do like that. Split Wide. Deal 5 damage. Whenever you attack this enemy, gain 1 temporary strength exhaust. I like that a lot for early elites as well. And Brain Shock adds a void into your discard pile to deal 12 or 16 damage on the upgrade. I'll take Split Wide, but... ooh. Vulnerable and Mana Burn. So Mana Burn will deal 4 more damage to the backline this turn. There we are. 1 defend and a strike takes you out, leaving us with just 1 damage we have to take on the chin. Beautiful. Psalm, deal 10 damage and apply 1 weak to all enemies. I am very liable to pick up the first AoE I see as most characters a lot of the time. Just because I've gotten to, and I know we're not in the A20s or even the high A10s just yet, but I've seen a lot of gremlins or the slimes appear on the first floor and you don't have an AoE card and then they take like 30 health from you and it's like, I could have taken on another elite. Alter, gain 5 block, exhaust the card Conjure. I do really like that card as well, but I'll take Psalm. Alright, just for fun's sake, I'll take some question marks, but... no, I'm not. I'm gonna take only one of them rather than both. I've decided to coward game. Ugh. I really didn't want to use Cryostasis this turn, but without drawing a single defend, I don't really have much choice. Blech. It's probably better to get a Conjure out of this than not. Burning Study him and defend. Get us a full complement of defense. Drop that Ceremony and strike as well. 2 energy next turn. Yeah, I was about to say, it's unlikely we end up taking out the enemy with that. That's... it's a full 9 damage across the chin. We don't like that. Boss Potion. Choose 1 of 3 random boss cards to cost 0 this turn. Another Feather Flare. We saw this earlier. 0 energy to deal 4 damage. If you chant, next turn you draw an additional card. Envision. Gain 4 block. Conjure and put the spell atop your draw pile. Or another Split Wide. Do I want to take a singled out? Do I feel like I can take a singled out? These 2 question marks possibly offer me the ability to remove. 175. Like, if I end up with a shop, it's the only way I'll get any value out of it. Ugh. Blech. Fine. There was a 3 elite path, but it dodges almost all of the rest, so I wasn't interested. Especially because I want the awakened form upgraded early. 21 damage incoming, and I've only got 2 defense? I don't think I should fish for a boss card from this, but... Also, that looter is going to be really difficult to take out in time. Wait, no, right, you can't take money from me because I have souls, not money, right? So you can't steal it. We're all good then. This feels like Psalm Defend. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I need some more defensive cards in this deck. I'm clearly lacking. Oh boy. Oh, and I'm even more weak now. Enemy telling me I'm gonna die today, chump, feels a lot more likely than I'm comfortable at all with. Even weakening the enemy is still doing that much damage? How dare you? What? Wasn't I supposed to take 6 damage of that? Did it just not update the enemy's stat or something? I don't know what's going on. I'll defend there, and ceremony 814, that's enough. Got him! Vexing Draft. Gain 2 strength and 2 dex, but add 2 burn plus cards into your discard pile. A little tough. Clarion Call, Brain Shock, and Gloom Guard. Gain 8 block, cost 0 if a void is in hand. I don't want to have to take that, but I need some defense eventually. Do you think Clarion's Call will be helpful as well, though? I'll take Clarion's Call. I do feel real bad about how little defense I have at the moment. Awakened form awakens immediately and gives us ritual. Play them on either of the first turns would be okay. Okay, yeah. Warbane upgrading 2 defensive cards, really helpful. Thank you. Lagavulin, yes. I would play him here, but I don't want to, because if I draw Awakened Form next turn, I need to be able to play it. So we'll just hit Split Wide on the enemy. Didn't draw the Awakened Form, unfortunately, but I can still throw a Clarion's Call at him. And wake up. So cryostasis, single defend, and Thunderbolt. Psalm, it's probably going to be single defend here as well. And then we just go straight for it. So Yeah, like him, Ceremony, Split Wide, Talon Rake. $11. Okay, yeah, that's it. Ollie Smooth Stone. Start each combat with 1 dex as well as a fire potion. Super helpful. Singularity Shield. Thank you. 1 energy, gain 8 block. Next turn, gain 8 block and lose an energy. There's also Unleash, deals 5 damage and an additional damage for each other card in hand. An extension deals 11 damage whenever you play a power. Return this card from the discard pile to your hand. But the Singularity Shield is exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. And the previous choice to take a Clarion Call really helps with it. Ah ha 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 ha! Yes. Making one of these enemies vulnerable and then killing them is actually more impactful than... Actually, I'm also going to save 6 HP by throwing out this firebomb here. Potions get a lot less valuable when your slots are full because you don't know at the end of the fight that you're not going to be having to leave behind... Yeah, exactly, a weak potion. Bloodright. Deal 8 damage, gain a Ceremony, a power that triggers our rituals. Or Dejection and Scour, both damage cards as well, so we'll take Bloodright. Duplicate 2 cards with the Curse of Aged. Annoyingly, I don't want a second Awakened form. I think there might be a good argument to upgrade. I don't want to dupe the Defend, but maybe him. Oh, I can just duplicate 1 card. We're all good. I'll take that. Thank you. No curse. I could go Empowered Elite here, but if I don't go Empowered Elite, I have options for possible removal. Do I rest? Both of the Split Wides want to be upgraded as soon as possible, and I got a full complement of potions, so I'll upgrade the Split Wide first. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'll use a boss potion here. This is a tough fight. Good lord. At the start of your next turn, draw cards and gain energy and additional time. That'll be really helpful. Only problem is I gotta get to the next turn for that to matter. Ow. Alright. We did it. I feel a lot less comfortable with my choice to be here. Second Vexing Draft? Oh, God. Darkness Balls. Whenever you are drained, gain 4 block and 1 strength. Yeah, I put drains in this deck. I'll do that. Soul Strike. Deals 4 damage. Upgrades to 6 3 times. Costs 1 less for each power played this turn. And Midden Heat. 0 cost to give you some block, but put some status and curse cards into your hand. Let's take Darkness Falls. Boy. I'm gonna use a Vexing Draft in this fight. I think... boy. I'm scared. Game is scary at the moment. Strike the frontliner, because if I need to do AoE weak next turn, the sentry... Alright, of course I'm not going to be able to use that. Oh, no. We didn't even charge cryostasis last turn. Singularity Shield is available next turn, which is good. That defends me for 2 full turns of combat. I think Darkness Falls is like a really good card for us in general, but maybe we have to play Clarion's Call just for comfort. I'm also going to throw the Weakness Potion just to get 3 less damage incoming this turn. I'm terrified. Is it time to just drop 3 ceremonies? I don't even need to kill the sentry in the front line next turn. Oh, Talon Rake is essential here. Great, so we've got Cryostasis for a future turn as well. Since I'm holding the ability to defend myself fully against a single enemy, yeah, we're all good. We just play it super safe. Rice Stalk. Whenever you lose HP during an enemy turn, draw a card. Yay. Skill Potion as well. Altar, I'll take here, helping me exhaust the card in hand, question mark. Oh! Okay, at least the merchant doesn't fight hard. Just don't make me pop my skill potion to stay alive. Okay, we're all good. Look, I could throw Psalm and defend, but it's probably much better for us to throw defend and then Talons. Doesn't feel like Awakened really makes sense, right? Damage in our first fight. We did 200 last time to you. Woof. Definitely don't need another split wide, but Gather is great, and we do have a lot of chant triggers. Gather! Gain 3 block. If this has had chant triggered. By the way, thank you to a comment for pointing this out to me, but when you trigger chant once, it is now triggered for the rest of the battle. It is not every time before you play that card. Bronze Idol. Status cards can now be played for useful effects. Chrono Boost, gain 2 strength for every 12 cards you play. There's also Skyward, gain 18 block, draw 1 card. Costs 1 less for each power played this combat. I want to go, like, deep into this Drain build so that I can take advantage of having Darkness Falls. So, like, the ability to negate the cost of the Drain with Clarion's Call, I think is really important. I think Death Coil, 0 cost, deal damage, and trigger it, also important. Chant, steal 2 strength this turn, but Stolen in general, maybe. I want to go Clarion's Call, Death Coil. And maybe Bronze Idol? Status cards can now be played for useful effects. Is that important to me, actually? Am I adding status effects here? I guess with the Vexing draft, absolutely. That's 1 potion. Oh, my enemies are doing it at least. Sure, fine. I'll take it. This one, yeah, I'll actually rest for HP. Well done. I got hit. I can stop trying to upgrade cards now. New toxins. Poison is blockable and deals damage at the end of turn, so we have to block 4 damage from poison this turn. Which is actually kind of annoying. Oh, yuck. Enemy is gonna burst Crippling Cloud on us. Alright, Split Wide, Clarion Call, and Gather. That's the best I can do this turn, unfortunately. We've got an Antidote in hand that retains and loses 15 poison, so if I can defend this turn, that would be the best. I'd be defending against 8, 11, 19 incoming. I can weaken the enemy, take it down to 6. 17 incoming. And then I can defend against 15. That's not bad. I can even trigger the Clarion's Call this turn. Currently defending this turn. Like, if I play a single him, I'm already ahead here. Yeah, this is the easiest turn to do it. I will Antidote. There's Darkness Falls. I really wanted that to be out earlier. Incoming damage is very high as well, unfortunately, because I do have poison, so the Bane hits twice. That's 20 incoming. I have to fish for a skill potion here. Oh, I could Procession to play Awakened Form, which is probably my best chance to actually play Awakened Form this fight. Then Darkness Falls, defend, Ceremony, Ceremony. These are all drains, so they all deal mana burn damage to the enemy as well. I'll take 1 actual damage to the enemy this turn. Very glad I've got some block coming in next turn from the shield. 12 and another 20 incoming, so 32 we'd need to defend for this turn. Thunderbolt is dealing 34 damage by itself. 34, 22. Enemy is on 76. Yeah, Ceremony's not the difference between those. By weaken the enemy, you go down to 5 by 2 and 4. You deal 14 in addition to the 12 that I have on me. 14, 12, 26. I survive on 1 HP. Apparently. I take 6 damage off the enemy by playing Psalm. I take, oh, 6 off of them by playing Defend as well. Okay. Which means that I can get away with playing a different attack from hand, and then play Thunderbolt next turn. Split wide. And Thunderbolt to finish him off. What do you mean? My HP was full, actually. Everything's okay. Bloodthirst. Deals 20 damage if fatal, gain a power potion, and exhaust this card. There's also Arcane Nesting. When you play a power while this is in hand, gain 4 block, upgrades to 6. And Demon Glyph. Gain 1 strength and 1 dex. When you awaken, gain more. I want to go Arcane Nesting. I need something that helps me survive. Shredded Doll replaces the Ripped Doll, which is at the start of the first 2 turns, Conjure. At the start of your turn, Conjure. The first time you refresh your spells each combat, gain 1 ritual. Cool. So after 4 turns, or if you conjure more fast than that, you gain ritual. That's cool. Unfortunately, none of these are giving additional energy. Astrolabe, Transform, upgrade 3 cards. I'd probably just Transform, upgrade 3 strikes, hoping to try and find something more defensive. But we do have a little bit of time to find that on the next floor. And Darkness Falls is going to do more once it's upgraded. I think maybe I should go Shredded Doll. Okay, I'm going to take the safer of these paths, the right, with Elite Rest. I can then duck out to a no Elite path if I absolutely need to. Hopefully I don't absolutely need to. Darkness Falls. Then him, fully defended on turn 1. Then Split and Clarion Call. And that sets up for Ceremony. That's a great first turn. Oh, this second turn sucks. I just get defense on the turn that the enemy is not attacking. Okay. Split wide, Clarion Call. Gonna weaken the enemy and play Cryostasis. Also gonna defend Death Coil. Thank you for having very little to say about that game. Suited me just fine. Psalm is back. There's also Peck, deal gain 5 block. It's an attack, but it gives you 5 block first, then deal 1 damage and draw 1 card. 6 block, deal 1 damage, draw 1 card on an attack card? Not bad. Recitation, deal 8 damage. Chant, deal 8 again. I do think that's going to be important for damage. That's 16 for a single energy a lot of the time for us. Yeah, I like this. You find yourself in an old decorated chamber. In the center of the room, a large skull sits atop an ornate pedestal. As you approach, the skull bursts into flames and turns to face you.
What is it you seek? What is it you offer?
In sync with its final words, the doors slam shut. Knowing Skull. At the start of combat, you may wish for souls, potions, or a colorless card. At the price of HP.
Hey, hands off the noggin!
Ignoring the skull's complaints, you snatch it from the pedestal, momentarily scorched by its flames. Perhaps it'll come in handy later. So at the start of every combat, now we get to do this. Do I want any of those? I really don't think it's my place to trade HP for anything right now, but That might change in the future. Give me a strength. Give some weaken to my enemy. Try it again. See if I can actually get some debuffs on you. Cool. Bloodright, Ceremony, Recitation for 20 damage afterwards. Throw down a single defend. Ow. Darkly Chim him. Singularity Shields. And alter on Awakened form. I'm definitely not going to be able to play this battle. Gives me a Cryostasis, which I'm not even going to be able to play that next turn. I'm getting 3 less energy next turn. Still got some rollover defense. And Death Coil finishes it. Pop. Recitation's back, but there's also Bird's Eye. Refresh your spells, then choose a spell to conjure. The first time you refresh your spells each combat, gain 1 ritual. Hell yeah! I really would like some defensive options, game. I'm not taking every defensive option that's being offered to me, but I am taking a lot of them. So if we could get some defense going on, that just seems Dark Leech is not obviously the card I was trying to exhaust there. I was trying to exhaust the ethereal card in hand that I'm not going to be playing. Weaken him instead. 16 damage to the bird. Let's do Ceremony Gather. Bring back Death Coil. I'll also bring back Burning Study for some scaling. Great. So Bird does no damage this turn, but dies next turn. We keep it Cryostasis in hand, and we now have Ritual, so we're getting stronger every turn. Split White Clarion Call. God, I really need additional energy. If I don't get any additional energy at the end of this floor, I'm going to be real sad about it. Darkness falls into a Singularity Shield and a Cryostasis for full defense. Split Wide. Strike and Thunderbolt. Oh, right. The Gather's been activated once this battle. It doesn't need to be activated again. Did forget about that. Upgraded Gather. It's also another primacy, first primacy rather. First time you gain strength each turn, draw a card, and then Initiation. 2 energy, gain 11 block, gain 1 ceremony. The problem with primacy here is the first time you gain strength each turn, draw a card. Ritual says gain strength at the end of your turn. Is that going to be after my discard or before my discard? Like, will Ritual draw me a card with Primacy and then discard it, or do I draw it and then it's ready for the next turn? Unfortunately, I'm not going to find it out because Primacy is the only option here I'm not going to take. It's either Initiation with 11 block gain of Ceremony or Gather. I think it should probably be Gather. Yay! We have a great turn to play Awakened Form. To a Dare Death Coil. Nope. Too likely I can't defend next turn if I do that. Okay. Let's drop weak on all our enemies. A Him and Bird's Eye to gain Cryostasis, which I'll then play. Taking only 1 damage this turn. Annoyingly, oh, actually, 0/0 cost. Yeah, I could have brought back so many things with that. All right. I'm doing everything the exact same. Except on that. Next turn, I will actually use the ability to bring something back. Weaken everyone. Him. Bird's Eye brings Cryostasis. Play Cryostasis. End turn. Then this turn I'll play a Ceremony before the Grant. Or Gather, to use his real name. And in doing so, I can bring back into hand a Him if I want to. Just Bird's Eye. Him. Alright, someone's got to start dying now. So, double Ceremony. Recitation for 48 damage on a single target, and then Thunderbolt for 34, finishing him off. And now it's just you and me, Mystic. That's a lot of damage. Thankfully, 2 attacks is enough to take you out at this point. Colorless Potion, 1 of 3 random colorless. Eventide, deal 8 damage to a random enemy twice, and then add a Void to the top of your draw pile. So the Void on top of the draw pile is a trigger of Drained. And 10 damage to a random enemy twice is pretty good. The Void itself is also playable from the Bronze Idol, and it's playable for... It still loses as a strength to draw, but it's playable for 1 energy, take 5 strength away from the enemy for a turn. Oh, Spew though. Deal 6 damage. Energy spent on this card counts as being drained. I don't know, and I guess I'm gonna figure out how that works. If I have like, you are gonna be drained next turn, and then I play Spew, does that count as the drain from next turn, saving the energy, or does it just trigger mana burn? I think it's probably just triggers mana burn, right? This is kind of annoying. Arcane Nesting in the first hand, but I have no powers to speak of. That's not very common. I do feel like wishing for a colorless card could be relevant in this fight. Oh, wow. Yes, but it's going to be a problem. So I'm still going to use the other colorless potion. Uh-huh. Enlightenment, Apotheosis. Will alter a strike. Then drop a split wide. I think overall this will definitely be a lot better. Him into Serum. Well, actually, Biostasis, split wide, ceremony, then recitation. Him gives ceremony, triggering gather, bringing back him, I think. Okay, it does not count down against the drained that we already have to spew. That's really annoying. Probably should have played something else then. 22 damage next turn. Well, 33 if I play Death Coil, but then I have 0 energy to do anything. Which just means we have a turn of taking damage there. Yeah, I really should have weakened the turn previous to that. Ow. Darkness Falls appearing as late as it has is actually a real concern. Grievous Wound to play a vulnerable. I probably only use one Singularity Strike, and then we need to just start gunning. Because if I don't, we are very soon going to find ourselves in the position where I can't. 43 and 40 exactly. Wow. Mango, thank you. Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 14. Very much necessary. Ensorcelate. 2 energy, gain 13 block. The next power you play costs 0. As long as I play a power with 80 costs, that's a great defensive card. So I'll take it. Frozen Egg. When you add a power card, power cards to your deck, rather, upgrade it. I'm also going to rest before this next elite. I'm that terrified. I'm that scared. Yeah, there we go. Hello, this is why I'm that scared. 3 energy and I've got the slavers. Oh, yucky. No, no, no. I'm going to have to wish for a colorless card again. Madness. That's not going to cut it. I'm going to use Vexing Drafts. We'll be using Burning Study, Split Wide, and Singularity Shield here. Mm-hmm. Darkness falls. Him. I want a Clarion Call, but yeah, I need to Clarion Call, I think. I can't just keep going into turns with no energy. Other option is Ceremony Gather brings back probably a hymn. I need to be nearer to taking out the backline slaver. Ideally in like 1 or 2 attacks. Psalms 14 to everyone this turn. $16 and $12. Yeah, okay, we've got it. Him again. Ceremony. Then Psalm weakens everyone and gives us enough damage to finish the backline with Strike. 21 incoming damage here. Probably not worth using Death Coil. I really need additional energy so damn bad. I'm not going to stop saying it because it's not going to stop being true. It's really our weakness. It really is. Thankfully, after a certain point, we can kind of close out. Whoa. I was about to say we can kind of close out fights. It turns out we have, yeah, no available way to defend in this hand, so. Never mind about that whole we were about to close out the fight thing. Heck, I rested. Coin Cask. Whenever you use a potion, gain 1 ritual and also a weak potion. Dejection. Deal 7 damage, exhaust a card if it was a spell. Gain a ceremony. There's also a 0-cost power here. Inscribe. Conjure. Choose a spell. Add 2 copies of that spell to the spell book for the rest of the combat. So we could just generate more copies of Cryostasis, probably. Storm Ruler, Conjure, Thunderbolts deal 9 additional damage. I'll take Inscribe, and yeah, I'm gonna play it defensively. I'm also gonna rest. And then cut off for another elite combat. Because at least it wasn't gonna be the slavers. Oh. I mean, I could use Death Coil to remove this turn, but I think I mostly just need to not deny myself energy next turn right now. I mean, that didn't work out great, because now just resummon time. Oh, no. Yeah, this is about as bad as it gets. I'm about to pass a turn without being able to kill either of the wizards, which means next turn, well, everyone except for the wizards at least is attacking. We're not high enough, not high enough ascension for the wizards to be attacking on turn 2, but the gremlin leader will. It's a lot of damage. I could pull back blind. I don't know why, but blind is not showing the weakened. What's going on here? Weakness is not showing on the enemies? Because you were doing less than that, I'm pretty sure. In cryostasis. Let the burning study on the field keep everyone weak. So yeah, Talonrate kills one of you, Bloodrite kills the other. Get a split wide on the boss. It's probably about time to start dropping a couple of these ceremonies as well. Let's also bring back AoE weak. Oh hell yeah, Ensorcelate gives us a 0-cost awakened form, and then we follow up with Darkness Force? I think I'm vulnerable. Because I do need to have a plan for how you die. 39, so I'm pretty far from it, unfortunately. Throw the weak potion here as well. Okay, that one I saw the impacts. 12 damage off the enemy. God, I really needed 4th energy. I can't stop talking about it because I can't stop thinking about it because I can't stop needing it. Thankfully, we're deep in the turns where now I can just attack straight. 22 strength will do it. Oh. There's a Brew of Sharpness! Brew of Sharpness! 25 counter. Clarion's Call again? It is helping. Soul Strike, deal 4 damage 3 times, cost 1 less for each power played this turn. I do play a decent amount of powers, but keeping them specifically for a Soul Strike turn doesn't seem that ideal. I'm going to take a 3rd Clarion Call, and that's the final Clarion Call I'm going to put in this deck, I think. And look, here I will give up 3 HP for 15 souls. If that ends up being the difference between whether or not we get exactly the right card, I'd hate to have been on the wrong side of it. I guess. Ceremony into Gather to bring back Death Coil. Death Coil, Dark Leech, him, Ceremony, and then Clarion Call. So I at least get an additional energy next turn as well as dealing 24 to you onto your shield. And then, unfortunately, the rest of this does basically nothing. Ooh, 3 upgraded. Moonlit Vision, the first time you play a spell each turn, gain an energy. Yes, please. Thaumaturgy, gain 2 decks at the start of your next 2 turns. Add a Ceremony into your hand. Also really good. Demon Glyph, also really good. But I need the energy efficiency. Oh, Shaper's Blessing. 2 energy, gain 3 strength and 5 plated armor. Clockwork Souvenir. Start each combat with 1 artifact. That would negate my first self drain? Or something from an enemy, but could be the drain. I don't think Gloomguard's appropriate block for us. I will be cutting a strike and taking Shaper's Blessing. Oh, hell yeah. Bloodrite, Ceremony. We'll gather back the Bloodrite and play the Bloodrite again. Got another Ceremony in hand. There's no reason to use Death Coil. I apply 8 mana burn and I don't get the debuff, but because I don't get the debuff, I don't do 8 damage next turn. No. Actually, hang on. I have a second Ceremony in hand. If I play that in the right order, I can take out another enemy. It is Bloodrite, Ceremony, Gather, Bloodrite. Need to play that Ceremony yet. Call right back at you. Ceremony, him, Ceremony. Then Recitation for 22, Clarion Call for another 11. I die so the flock may prosper, screams the first cultist. And the defend gets us comfy. Hell yeah. Darkness Falls. Drop a Burning Study on him, as well as defend. Take 3 damage this turn. See, here's the big problem, right? We draw Awakened Form, and there's no way in hell I can play that Awakened Form. I'd love to. Oh boy, it would be my pleasure. If I could. But I can't so well. I need, like, some energy pump or something. I'm going to inscribe cryostasis. Then I'm going to bird's eye to bring out a cryostasis. Then I'm going to moonlit vision to awaken, and then I'll play a cryostasis, giving us back an energy. I mean, there's no need to Clarion Call right now. Split wide, I'll be taking 5 damage this turn, but I'll be able to take out one of the enemies at least next turn. Ensorcelate plays Shaper's Blessing for free, giving us the ability to use Thunderbolt to remove a single target entirely. And then set up vulnerability on the next 3 more damage. Good lord. I feel my vital forces being drained. These numbers are too small. Need some max HP. No! Oh! Evil. I can weaken you? At least this conjures cryostasis. Thank heck it conjures cryostasis. Alright, we're down on only taking 1 damage. 2 damage, actually. Ceremony, gather, bring back that same hymn again. Full defense, and I gain and lose an energy next turn, so we're all good on that. Moonlit into split wide strike. Oh, that additional vulnerability is bad. Cryostasis, him. Cryostasis. Shaper's Blessing. So I only get drained 1 next turn. Start with Gather to bring back him. And him and Birdseye to bring a Cryostasis into hand. Cryostasis and... I mean, I kind of want a Death Coil and Singularity Shield, but I recognize what lies down that road. Alright. I'm going to play 3 Ceremonies and Awaken, and then I'll give you 2 turns of Vulnerable. Now is the last turn you get to attack me, because next turn... Oh my god, I would have been fine on this turn as well. But next turn I'll hit you for 40 damage with a Thunderbolt. Ooh, this Darkness Pulse is an 8. Yes! Finally! Can Drain be my whole defensive strategy? Let's find out. Ancient Construct begins the fight with 2 Bronze Orb minions. This bad boy and that one. Defect's Core Surges do not exhaust. Okay, fair enough. They're going to be drawing additional cards. They're going to get a lot of frosts. They've got a Claw deck. Oh no. Got to be scared of the Claw deck. Bird's Eye on turn number 1's really useful though. Darkness Falls, Bird's Eye, give me... Actually, hang on. Let's Bird's Eye first. And I would like Cryostasis for the defense. Well, do I? Because if I'm going to gather... 8-3 incoming. Because I think I should gather. Okay, so I'll weaken you all instead then. Because then it's Burning Study, Darkness Falls, Gather, bring back the Bird's Eye, use the Bird's Eye to refresh and pull out another card. And, you know, just for safety's sake, let me always keep a Cryostasis in hand. So lose 1 health this turn. My form! Well, at least I know when I have the right card in hand. There we go, Ensorcelate. It's time to kill Orb. If I can. Unfortunately, I can't. Says incoming damage this turn is 8. I believe it's lying, because that's 8 and that's 9. That number wrong. Should Ensorcelate my Shaper's Blessing. Boy. This looks bad. Yeah, without being able to take any of these out, this is really bad, actually. Just telling me the incoming damage is 16. Stop lying! Stop lying! I'm gonna pop this Dex Potion, then Cryostasis, and Darkness Falls, then him, and Spew. The Spew gives me 2 strength and 8 block there as well, because it counts as being drained. Managed to full defend now. Unfortunately, the enemy has gotten the best of it. Okay. Ceremony and both Recitation and Blood Rite to take out an enemy. Let myself automatically defend for 5 at the end of the turn. Use Clarion Call. Ugh. Why do you Hyper Beam? Why must you Hyper Beam on the turn that I don't have weakness? Oh my gosh. This is a really bad turn for me. Thankfully, Inscribe gives me Burning Study. I awaken. I can hit Clarion Call. Set to some HP this turn. Well worth doing then. Split wide. 1 more Clarion Call gives us a bunch of additional energy next turn. Seeing as I'm going to be... yeah, getting a full hand anyway. Start with vulnerability, then roll into damage. Split wide. Psalm for weakness. Thunderbolt for another 66. And then strike for 52. Only have to take 3 damage this turn for that. Give that serve defending. I thought I was better serve defending, and now it doesn't look like I'm going to kill this turn. Him into Ceremony. Actually, it looks like we should be fine. Thunderbolt for 63, Bloodright, and Clarion Call to finish him off. Grab a power potion for ourselves, as well as Spellbinder at the start of your turn. Conjure. I don't think I need that. Intensity, though. 1 energy Conjure. This turn, spells cost 0, and you cannot conjure again. We had a lot of turns that fight where just being able to blow out all of our spells would have been useful. And finally, Nihil. Apply 13 mana burn, and if you chant, all enemies lose HP equal to their mana burn. I'll take the intensity, and with these 3 options on the board, literally just going to take Slave's Collar so that I have some energy in some fights. Woof. I don't know if I can take out the Powered Elite and then also the Heart in this run. I'll aim for the Powered Elite. We'll see. We'll just see. I got a bird eye. Oh god, this is awkward. So Intensify is pretty good this turn. Not being able to play the Awakened form this turn sucks. There's our recitation. Yay! We take no damage this turn. Yeah, I could have told you what was about to happen there. Moonlit into... I can Dark Leech first. Yeah, Dark Leech. Talon Rake brings back Dark Leech. And then I just got a cop 10. Why? Why must I be in this position? 6 more damage. I can play 3 this turn if I need to. The 3, of course, being the 3 that awaken us. 3 more powers that we have to play here to awaken. Thunderbolt already single-handedly takes out the enemy front line. Gotta love that. Let's drop Darkness Falls into Gather, bringing back a Him. Play a Cryostasis and Him. That Him gives us 2 energy and 8 block next turn. At the cost of an energy, but that's okay. Ooh, Ensorcelate into Awakened form. Woo, we did it. Unfortunately, we've got enemies all over canvas. Okay. Much easier to deal with them when we're ridiculously powered up. 30 damage from a single strike. That's the kind of ridiculously powered up I'm talking about. Okay. There's an Intensify worth its salt. All I need to do is get to my second cycle, and then I'm super powerful. It's just getting there that's... Ooh, Initiation upgraded. Yes, it costs 2, but it gives me 14 block, and good lord do I need it. That was a decision I made to come here. That was... curious. I'm gonna look at the power potion first. I'm probably gonna have to play power and block in this fight. Oh wow, Archmagus, the first spell you play each turn is played twice. Spew actually defends us for 4 as well. I'll do. Oh my god, Arcane Nesting in this hand. Hell yeah. Ensorcelate, the Shaper's Blessing. Yeah, no, I have to do that in a different order. Because we get energy back and double play our first spell. Oh, come on. Really? Now it doesn't give me... Oh, no. No. I needed that Archmagus for defense. No. Okay, so it's reliably giving me the exact same thing on that side now. Does that mean there's a different order I was supposed to play them to get the thing that I'm gonna have to just settle. God, that's annoying. Okay, there it is. All's well with the world. So we'll do exactly the same stuff again. Now this turn, we need to start with Moonlit Vision, then Dark Leech, which double plays and gives us an energy back, then Ensorcelate Shapers, then Inscribe Cryostasis. A huge amount of block out of the Arcane Nesting there as well. Really helpful for that first turn cycle. I mean, Bird's Eye just fishes for defense, which is fine. I do want to weaken them. do need to start getting towards taking out an Orb Walker. Okay, we've got enough damage to do it this turn. First Drain. Then double Thunderbolt, one down. Single Defend and a Psalm gets us most of the rest of the way there. Um, 24. If I could make the enemy vulnerable without attacking, that'd help. Oh no, it's Ceremony, oh right. I forgot that I was about to awaken. Double Thunderbolt and then Strike. I had other plans, but that works too. Supply Scroll! Oh! Yes. This is incredible. At the start of your third turn, gain 2 energy and draw 2 cards. I can't imagine many things that I need more. Feather Veil, 0 energy, gain 13 block, lose 1 strength. I think this is also exactly what I need in this deck. I'm really good at gaining strength. What I'm really not good at is paying energy for defense. You gotta love Darkness Falls. Darkness Falls. Gather a... him to end. I'll play to him. Darkglade you. Not enough balance in this end. Oh, hang on. There are enough balance in this end to awaken. We'll inscribe, cryostasis, ceremony, him, ceremony, and then Shaper's Blessing gets us there. Try to Burning Study for the weakness. And Spew. The additional defense. Hell yeah. Thunderbolt Strike takes him. We get powerful a lot faster now. Happy to skip this one. Definitely still care about my HP. Oh no. You discover a colorful shop with a banner Inspire. A bandit shouts from just inside the entryway, threatening whoever inside. Give me your money! The bandit doesn't notice you, distracted by his distracted looting. It takes little effort to deal with the thief, but the fight does not go without some injury on your part. The man in ridiculous clothing appears at the shop entrance. Thank you, kind overlord, the man says, beckoning you inside. Oh my, you are just dreadful. No, that won't do. No. What is this style? You're meant to be menacing. A feared and intimidating overlord of the Spire. You simply must let me give you a proper makeover. You aren't sure whether to take this man at his word and accept his services, or if you should be insulted by his disgust at your style. Remove a card, upgrade a random card, or upgrade to random. Upgrade to random, please. Gather and strike. Okay, bye-bye now. Tell your overlord friends. Though you were apprehensive of the man's ability, you definitely feel more intimidated. Ooh. Going all out in terms of damage was not enough. I think this might be distilled chaos. Damn it, Ensorcelate. Wait, actually, Ensorcelate is the next power you play, not even the next power you play this turn. Come on, Awaken one draw. Damn it. If only Awaken one draw. Yuck. I think it's got to be like ceremony. Wait, it's supposed to be spew ceremony. If I'm doing it that way, could bring back recitation instead. Let's take 8 damage here, but at least we have our additional energy and cards in hand. I really wished they were going to be better than that, but that's okay. Dark Leech. Split wide. I feel like Clarion Call and him have to be part of this turn in some way. Darkness Falls, him, drop Intensify for Cryostasis, Thunderbolt, and Strike. Keep the other 2 for another turn in case I need them. That Gecko damaged enemies at the start of this turn because, good lord, this is bad. I think this has to be Ceremony into Gather, bringing back a Intensify, and then play Intensify to weaken the enemy, deal damage to the enemy, and defend. Just enough to get us out of that fight. Primacy. The first 2 times you gain strength each turn, draw a card. Yeah, I mean, it happens commonly enough that, you know, if the fight goes long enough, that's definitely what I need. I'm gonna have to rest preemptively here. I'm terrified of this elite. Gotta take the Sapphire. Art of War could have been cool, though. Skip to any non-boss room. This is such... I hope this doesn't exist in STS2. Like, this and the wall, right? There's only 2 events that I would completely remove from STS. This says what mod is this from, Downfall. It's not. This is in the base game. If you get to the end fast enough, you can find a secret portal to teleport you. But you almost... there's almost no circumstance where you would use it. Same with the trading in the wall, in my opinion, at least. Him, Ceremony, Gather, him, Ceremony, Clarion Call. I get my additional energy back next turn. Woo! 2 more Clarion Calls this hand. We'll intensify, and then... straight for it. I've never been more prepared to be drained, and now the enemy is like, I'm actually not interested in doing that to you. Ooh, upgraded Archmagus. First spell you play each turn is played twice. Yes. Again, another way to get more value out of a turn than the turn otherwise would have in. Paper Crow. Enemies take 25% more damage from mana burn. Cool. And Bagpipes. Whenever you apply new, weak, or vulnerable to an enemy, increase the amount by 1. Also, cool. Knife's Edge is kind of interesting. Gain 2 strength with 0 energy. Add 2 voids into your discard pile. By the time we actually get to our discard pile, that doesn't really matter too much to us anymore. Rising Chorus. 2 costs. The first chant effect you trigger each turn is triggered twice. It's fine. Still definitely leaning towards removal. There's also Spectre Shield over here. Ethereal Afterlife. Afterlife says, if this card is exhausted, it will trigger all the purple effects. Gain 7 block, gain 1 blur, both purple. I do want to hold some money for something that might be much more impactful next floor, because I am trying to get all the gems here. Darkness has got to fall a couple of times. Darkness falls. Alter on the Knowing Skull, and then Intensify gives us a lot of movement in that turn. Ooh, Primacy. Then I'll Bird's Eye for... weak? No, I should have some stasis in there, yeah. Oh, I got my 2 strength at the start of this. Oh, no, that would be from Dark Blessed. Ensorcelate the Archmagus, then play Moonlight Ritual. Gather Intensify, maybe? Yeah. Why not? Gather the Intensify, play it, then I get to double play the first one. Which should probably be the one that gives Strength and Weakness. That'll also draw us cards. Or a card, because I've already drawn 1 from Primacy. And with this Blood Rite, we are now awakened. Oh, even more awakening if I need it. Yeah, I suppose so. Like, if it comes for free, why would I not? At risk of extending the fight to a point where I have to take damage. That's a good reason. Initiation, Singularity, Defend, and a block potion here. Not at all comfortable with the incoming damage from that turn. Yeah, we got inscribed too late to be consistently defending ourselves in the way that I like. Sure the enemy's weak for next turn already. Alright, we're set. Double Thunderbolt is 76 damage twice, and we can just follow up with Stiff Breeze. More bank. When you climb a floor, gain 12 souls. No only works when you spend any souls at a shop. Oh, come on. Song of Sorrow. If I found you on the first floor, we would have been a completely different deck. 1 energy. Whenever you create a void, create. Not draw, create. All enemies lose 10 HP. Come on, that nice edge in the same deck. I'll take Moonlit Vision again because it's been a lot of my energy. Oh, disgusting. How dare you give me Awakened Form turn 1 when I can't use it? Awakened. Then I Bird's Eye, looking for the weakness in AoE. Then I Clarion Call and Spew, gaining back an energy. And I Cryostasis. Moonlit Vision, Burning Study is nice. I can him and Feather Veil and Archmagus as well. Unfortunately, couldn't play Archmagus and Moonlit before playing anything. Would have been obviously significantly better. Ooh. This is great. Darkness Falls, Ensorcelate plays out the Shaper's Blessing. We're pretty much already defended, so we'll double play Thunderbolts. Use the Singularity Shield just for some additional health on a later turn. Alter through Clarion Call into Big Intensity. Yeah, I haven't drained anything this turn either. Death Coil takes out the back line while triggering Drain next turn for the additional energy and such. Sorry, not for the additional energy, for the additional block and strengths. Double Burning Study and it pays for itself. Primacy into Recitation takes out the enemy. Now we are ready to just drop bolts. Profane Strike. Put a card from your hand on top of your draw pile. There's also Pluck. Deal 2 damage to all enemies and gain a Plume Jab to deal 2 damage to a random enemy twice. That's max HP fodder for us right there. And Reptomancer. Yeah. Moonlit Vision into Burning, then Awakened Form and Block Potion. We've even got 3 additional strength coming every turn now from the amount of curiosity from that. I think I should gather that recitation. That's going to be important. Yikes. Primacy plus recitation takes out an enemy. Then we have Bird's Eye. Thunderbolt would come into hand with what? Actually, it's enough damage. Thunderbolt. We intensify. Dark Leech and Thunderbolt take out the final dagger and the Singularity Shield. So I take 9 damage this turn, but it's a hell of a lot less than 89 damage that was marked for us at the start of the turn. Oh my god, hell yeah. Ensorcelate with Archmagus in hand. Get the obvious thing out of the way. Gather back Darkness Falls as well. Because the dagger dies this turn, so this is a really great turn for me to just set up a bunch of powers. Doubling up on Cryostasis gives me then the ability to Dark Leech and Psalm, taking out all enemy on board. Beautiful. Moonlit Vision. Double Burning Study. Give me back energy for it. Spew gives me additional energy as well. I think we might have made it into into safety finally. Toy Ornithopter, this will help. Maybe use a potion heal for 5 HP as well as a Cultist Ritual and Mystic Order. Draw 3 cards, Conjure. Yep. Sometimes I actually have the energy to use that. Ugh. I mean, still worth doing, but ugh. So this is Ensorcelate Darkness Falls. Him, Ceremony, Gather, him. Knowing Skull for 15 souls as well. Moonlit Vision into Cryostasis gives me the energy to be able to also play out Burning Study. It takes a little bit for us to accumulate all the value, but it's coming, it's coming. Moonlit Vision and inscribe a lot more of the defense in there for us. Dark Leech. Put Clarion Call in him. I probably should have just dropped both of those ceremonies before doing that. Ceremony, Cryostasis gives me the energy back to play Awakened Form and Feather Veil. Doesn't matter if I lose a little bit of energy now. I mean, Cryostasis is really important this turn as well. Let's alter to get rid of nesting and then use Burning Study to gain an energy. Archmagus into Dark Leech actually gives me back 2 energy. Because it plays both of the triggers for Moonlit Vision. $31, $36. Oh my god, I have lethal. Oh! Just debating whether or not I should take a bunch more damage for no reason that turn. Unleash. It's reasonable in the first cycle sometimes. Brain Shock and Chosen Verse. Next 2 times you play a non-attack card this turn, draw a card and gain 4 block. Yeah. I was hoping for this to be a shop. I will still go for the shop next floor as well. Darkness Walls, Primacy. I'll just negate some of the debuff the enemy's going to be throwing here, thank you. Why could it not negate the frailty? Oof. Archmagus into Altar. Dropping the Arcane Nesting. Then split wide into Intensify and Vulnerable. Vulnerable. Weak. Damage. Thank heck I gotta turn off here. Double play for defense. Keep the enemy weak. It's better not to overdo the defense here. I'll take 2 damage. Ensorcellate a Shaper's Blessing. Now all of our spells are buffed. Oh, ridiculous. Thank you, Intensify. Double the Mana Burn and Vulnerability. Even though I really would have wanted to do that with the damage if possible. And then I'll just Mana Burn myself for 2 next turn. Why not? Great way to deal 48 damage to the enemy. There goes the Maw. Potion, don't really change anything. Siphon, when you're versing individual enemies, like bosses, like the final 2 enemies you're about to be fighting, it's a lot more valuable. Do I break the Emerald and Sapphire to get 2 card drafts for this deck? Oh, I was planning on resting here, no. I'm gonna have to use like all of my potions to get through this fight. I'll immediately use Cultists and Brew of Sharpness, as we do get Ritual. It's very much worth it. Enemy's gonna live forever, gaining 8 plated armor. Fleeting Faith. Watcher gains a mantra whenever I play a card. Enters Divinity, gains 3 strength. Divinity being 10 mantra. Watcher loses 5 mantra at the start of her turn and does not exit Divinity, so I can't ever give you Divinity. Fair enough. And I should treat the 5 like a budget, like use my full 5 each turn. Darkness Fall, Shaper's Blessing, Intensity gives me the ability to weaken the enemy and use Cryostasis. I could do 4 damage to you and remove 1 plated armor. Well, the plated armor needs to be removed eventually, so I'll start there. The hell? Why have I got a Riposte Strike in my deck? I guess the enemy probably did that to me somehow. I do want to inscribe defensively here. Just because I feel like that's our biggest opportunity to screw up. It's not having that. Oh, right. This Riposte Strike is my counter. Got it. Got about that. Intensify is a hard thing to bring back. I have a lot of Conjure in this hand, so I could conjure a bunch of spells and then play a bunch of spells, but like I trigger the enemy's mantra by doing that. Unfortunately, the enemy is now getting 2 mantra at the start of each of their turns, so, like... It's getting tougher. Him... Ceremony... I want to go Darkglade Recitation. Too much damage this turn, of course, to transform the enemy at all. Archmagus double cryostasis seems... Oh. Siphon. Double stasis. Oh, yeah. The enemy's using Empty Fist this turn. I could give you Divinity this turn, and you'd have to empty it at the end of the turn. You'd deal 30 damage, so it would suck, but... I mean, I can deal with 30 damage. Got him. I did wonder what you're supposed to do in a longer fight against this character. Get her to jump out of her own stance, it turns out. Ensorcelate through Awakened form. I think, like, double Dark Leech on you. Single Cryostasis is already enough defense. And I can just set up a double Thunderbolt next turn as well. Let's drop 67 damage on the enemy twice. Then kill them with Spew. Then we'll actually go to the next floor as well. How about that? I think I can probably take out these 3 fools. It's not silent first. Do not want to give Caldrop to everyone. Sadly, that turn called for a lot more defensiveness than I was able to build. Ooh, Archmagus Intensify and Darkness Falls all in the same hand here. Yeah. This turn has a lot of potential. There's only 13 damage coming in this turn. Let's go Chosen Verse. Inscribe. Oh boy, that's the Awakened form right there. Cryostasis. Moonlit Vision. Ceremony. I can play Awakened Form and then double up on the buff's Burning Study, and I still gain... Yeah. Still gain energy from that. I don't need to double cryostasis. I just want to. Oh. Gather, intensify. I'm gonna Death Coil and Mystic Order. Great. Big ol' handful of cards and intensify to... Play out as many as I needed. Damn, no one's attacking this turn. That's not what I want. Split wide. Clarion Call. Should still use him in Recitation. And then bring back weakness to all enemies. That's going to be important again. My damage is currently taking care of itself. I don't have to worry about that. That'll sort itself out. I'm not gaining any additional energy after the mana burn next turn, so I don't think I spend any more now. I mean, this isn't the order I intended to kill them in. Both at the same time. But if I can, I will. Strike dummy cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. Thanks. Vittles! You're exactly what I need! 0 energy to give me energy! Also Dark Echo. At the end of your turn, deal 4 damage to all enemies, increase my strength, but give me the Vittles! Also, thank you very much to the person who told me that's pronounced Vittles. Xenodek? Xenodek? 1, 2, 3, all eyes should be on me. I mean, it's the deck used for trying to test if someone has extrasensory perception. You hold those and then you say, what shape do I have in hand? And the person's like, is it a squirrel? And you're like, no, it's not a squirrel. Xenodek. At the start of combat, add ESP to your spellbook and conjure it. It's a retained draw card. Sick. Oh, it's 0 cost as well. That would be so good. There's also Desiccated Hand. Whenever you play a power that isn't Ceremony, a random card in hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. I do like that as well, but I'm taking the Xenodek. And then Sacramental Wine. Whenever you play a power card this combat, gain 3 block, add a random power to your hand that costs 0 for the rest of the turn. That'll be a great way to set up in the next combat. Intensify having Retain is important. There are turns that I see it that I would like to play it next turn instead. Damn, ESP are the first to hot. Alright. Let's get Sacramental Wine first. Oh, it just gives you a random one. Right. That's fine. $7 HP for a random potion? Probably. Boss potion. 1 of 3 random boss cards to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Yeah, I want to take that as early as possible because a lot of those A Chrono Boost want to be played earlier so they give you a bigger benefit for a longer period of time. Let's cycle and pull out ESP as our additional card. Good lord, it's such a good card. I guess I can do that with Alter. Well, actually, that was only because I got to select that I was able to do it that way. Let's inscribe more copies of ESP. I didn't know. I want to weaken the enemy as well, so like another Psalm makes sense to me too. Keep you weak for the next turn. Ensorcelate a Moonlit Vision. Gather birds side back to hand. Yeah. Use that to get an ESP and then hold the turn. I don't care if I'm healing my enemy. Like, I'm just setting up. ESP draws 2 cards after upgraded. Let's use Initiation so that I have a Ceremony, so that I can play Gather, so that I can bring back Spew? No, Clarion Call. Help keep me energy positive for the next turn. Which, as it turns out, matters a hell of a lot, because that's the Awaken form. Although it cost me a second copy of Scatterbrain in the deck. Cryostasis is the next card to come in hand, so I'll use Mystic Order to get it, and then play it. Woof, Bewildered actually drew its highest cost. I've never seen it do that before. And I have no defense. Dark Leech removes both of the enemy's artifacts so that I can weaken them with Burning Study. And then it's just like Block Potion, Singularity Shield, I guess, for the remainder of our defense this turn. Split wide. I could Thunderbolt. So I did. Archmages, I've got ESP ready to double cast here. Although I do think I should probably just be going for straight damage. I need to do 250 damage every turn, basically, right now. Look at that intensity in hand, though. How do you turn it down? Feather Veil. Gather. Feather Veil. I got so much strength, I can use all of that. Why not? $71 damage, 71 damage again. Intensify and double block. 66 incoming. I can't believe that we were able to generate 66 defense there. Well, actually, hang on. We still will take 2 damage. Because we left dead on in hand at the end of the turn. Moonlit Vision, and then we can double play ESP to draw so many cards. Just gonna split wide so then I can play ESP for full value. Woohoo! Enemy has 92 health. They can only take 93 more damage this turn. Whenever I play a card, it heals 3 HP, and I have 94 damage with a Siphon. So can I? Yep. It deals it before it heals it. Woo! Now that was an Awoken 1-run. We woke the hell up every single fight. Hell yeah. Oh, can I look at my deck, please? I really wish it would let me look at my deck on the end screen here. No? All right. You're not going to let me look at my deck. I'm going to have to go to statistics run history. Shaper's Blessing did so much work that run as well. But just honestly having a second copy of him did so much work too. Like, Darkness Falls, I'm so glad that we actually got to run a Drain deck with Darkness Falls. Actually scale our block and strength. Vittles, you turned up too late to be useful. Inscribe turned out to be ridiculously useful, but like, realistically, it's all got to come down to ESP, right? I didn't even know this relic existed, let alone this card. Hopping back to the main screen, I'm going to tell you that my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Trains Inspiring Deck Builder. The deck builder that inspired Monster Train. It's called Slay the Spire. Top left series playlist. A special thanks to this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.